So I've basically decided to bite the bullet and create a channel around what I love, which is cars. At the moment, I've got a Mercedes Benz CLA45 AMG, which I think is probably the most insane car I've ever had. I know there's a lot of talk of people out there saying, you know, the CLA45 is not a real AMG, you know, saying this, that, or the other. It's all-wheel drive. At the end of the day, it's an AMG. At the end of the day, it's got a hand-built motor. At the end of the day, it's an insane car. And at the end of the day, it's the most powerful 4-cylinder production car ever produced. The model that I've got at the time it was released was, and the current CLA45 is now the most powerful 4-cylinder production car. So I think that that's something we've got to pay some respect. Anyway, in my first video for the channel, I'm going to show you how to install a aftermarket intake. I've gone with the Alpha intake for a couple of reasons. I didn't want to put a box in. I wanted to retain the original box, and also price-wise, it was literally half the price of the others, and I didn't want the box of the others. I think they look cheap, and I wanted to retain that original box. So why would I pay double the price for something that I wasn't going to use? In terms of the modification, I think it's something that is very small, yet is noticeable, and it's something that you can take off the car at any time you want. It's also cheap, and it's a great little modification that you can sort of dip your foot in and see if you want to continue modifying your car. And as I'm just new to starting my channel, if you like what I do, please do subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can see my new uploads. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's a great way to help support my channel and allow me to keep bringing new videos. Anyway, let's get into it. So I'm just on the way with the little lad in the back, Mac, to go and pick up the new AMS intake. I'm gonna be doing the stage 2 on my CLA45, so that's just pretty much intake, downpipe, and tune. We're picking up the AMS one from Just Jap, which is local here in Kirrawee, and it's quite funny. It's a Japanese shop. I've been buying Japanese automotive parts off them for years, and now I've got a European car. I'm picking up some European stuff off a Jap shop. But anyway, let's go pick it up and see how it is. Standard no intake in sports mode. This is windows up. Not really much there. Second gear pull. Okay, get the windows down. Definitely rips even without. I think this, in Australia, I think most of these got delivered with the AMG exhaust or whatever. So the exhaust standard's pretty good. Once we put the dump pipe on, we'll see what the actual noise difference is. Now we'll drop down for a second gear load. You can tell basically the induction noise is almost silent. There is no induction noise. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it'll be interesting to see what it sounds like with the intake and with the downpipe. Okay, so we've got the Alpha Performance 2-litre intake. Let's open it up. It's meant to be 4-inch diameter. Air filter. Now this is the difference between the intakes. It's a huge difference. Like, that's meant to be 2.5 inches. And that's 4 inches. So it's absolutely massive. AMS claim 20 horsepower increase. Don't know if that's true, but that's what they claim. Yeah, we just got a couple of Torx bits to undo here. You just lever this pipe out, and you can actually undo the ECU a little bit by these clips, and the whole box will just pop up enough to the side that you can undo these ones. And when you do this, you want to make sure that you do not drop anything down this pipe or get anything in the intake. There's a significant size restriction on the old. So we can do away with the old Torx bits, but we have to take out this sensor and put it into here. Now the sensor just pops in like so. Now we'll get it in. Okay, and it slides in like that with the new Allen key ones. The sensor sitting like that. It's a big difference. Okay, now we're just going to pop this on. Like so. Make sure everything's on properly, no gaps, everything's done up tight. Go back in, and then I unclip the CPU, so just make sure that's in properly. And now the big thing is you need to make sure this is on down the bottom all the way around correctly before you do it up. But that's pretty good. Make sure everything's tight. Okay, let's fire it up. Now you want to make sure there's no lights or anything on the dash. Looks good. Since changing the air filter adapter to the AMS larger one, there's quite a significant change in noise. So as you can hear now, there's quite a significant noise of the air blowing back through the turbo. I don't know how good it is for these turbos. I haven't really had a look into how long people's turbos are lasting and whatnot, but there's significant air blowing back through the turbo. So I think you can hear that. Okay, we'll give it a few bursts with the window open. In third gear, you can hear it the most. And yeah, you can hear it a lot. So now with the windows up, give it a squirt. It didn't really do it, then I shifted. And at the moment, the exhaust is completely stock. The only thing changed on this car is the intake. So in Australia, I don't know, most of the cars came out with all the same specifications. So I think that this has the AMG exhaust or whatever they call it. You can definitely hear it, and it definitely turns a lot of heads. The crackles are just right in this thing, I think. It's got like perfect crackles. a significant sound. And then shifting down, $2,000. It just has a really good tone to it, there's no doubt about it. That's a bit of a run through what the car sounds like after just changing the intake. And for anyone else out there, if they were going to do one thing, I would say definitely the intake. If you're looking for a little bit of sound, there's definitely some sort of increase in performance. What it is, I don't know, but it just feels like there is a little bit more torque when it's putting down the power. It's more in the low end sort of thing, like in the two to $3,000 range. It feels like there's a bit more torque. Other than that, there's not a huge increase in performance. What I would say is the intake is literally, in Australia, we're able to get these the full kits for $450, which is extremely cheap in my opinion. I have had a look online, and in the States and stuff like that, it even looks more expensive over there. I think if I bought it from a shop in the States and did the conversion, it ends up being around $600. So the kits out here are really cheap, and they're still AMS brand. The modification's super easy, and it's something that you can just change back whenever you want. So if someone was looking at sort of, you know, doing something minor to the car without doing too much, I would definitely say do the intake, see how you go. If you want to do extra stuff, go for it then. Me, I did the intake. I felt like I want to do extra stuff, so I've got the turbo coming, I've got the downpipe, and obviously a tune coming. So once that stuff comes in, I'll get that installed and let you know how it all goes. Thanks for watching. I've got a few more videos coming. I've got one that's a cheap $30 install to accurately measure your 0 to 100 kilometer speed, and also I'll be doing a few more as I'm going to be doing the downpipe, turbo, and tune, which is called the Stage 3 for this. So I'll run you through all that, and I'll also run you through the installs. So once again, if you like what I do and you want to stay up to date, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Till next time.